if you're on my team, you live in my house, okay? So let's say that, there's my name. This is my house. So if you're on my team, we are in this house together. Mindy has her own house. Actually, Mindy, we need to get you a house.
I know, I do. I have one. I'll put one in
We'll
there.
put it up there. So you either live in my house right now or you live in Mindy's house, okay? So all of us are in this neighborhood, and what we want to do is encourage you to invite some friends to come over and play. Anybody here like hanging out with friends? It's fun, right, to hang out with other friends. So what we want to do is invite some more friends to come over and play, because we have a great neighborhood. We live in a great house, and it's where all the cool kids really want to be. So when you have one person come on your team, they actually get to move into our house with us. So if you live in my house and you invite one person in, they're actually going to come live with us here in this house. When you both submit $150 in sales, you do and they do, you become a senior consultant. What does that mean? That means that you make 1% more on your own sales and 1% more on your team members' sales. That's really cool because you just got a raise. Let's face it, you as the person sharing the business will wind up selling more than $150, because who really wants to make $30 income a month, right? That's what that would be. If you sold $150 a month, you make about $30. So you want your paycheck to be a little more, you're probably going to wind up selling a little bit more than that anyway. But let's say that you both continue to invite more friends over the house to play. And when you have 2 people on your team and you sell at least $2,500 collectively as a team, you need to personally sell $750, and then everybody else combined can have the rest. You are then paid as a team leader. That means that you get a 2% raise on your own sales and a 2% raise on their sales. So the more you sell, the more you're also going to earn. Now I know that you won't be selling the minimum of $750 because you have the word leader in your title now, and leaders lead. So you will most likely hit the goal of $2,500 a month in personal sales that you can set yourself up for the next level of leadership. You are still living in my house now because there are only a few of you and you have not quite yet qualified to own your own home. But how many of you would really like to own your own home? Yeah, I'm with you. So now that you've gained some momentum and you and your team are inviting friends over to play with the cool kids, I'm going to suggest that you start thinking about moving out and getting your own place, because now it's getting a little overcrowded. Yeah. So you will need to qualify for a mortgage in order to do this. When you think about home ownership, you think about the mortgage and qualifying. So there are 3 things you need to do to qualify for your own home, for ownership. You need to have a handful of people playing with you, 5, plus you. So you plus 5 friends, 1 hand, is what you need to have in order to be on the team. Not all of the new consultants need to be personally sponsored by you. They can be sponsored by some of the other friends, like when a friend brings another friend over to play, that's okay. But we know that because you're a leader, you will be asking regularly, and most of them probably will be your own personal recruits. The team members that your new consultants have asked to join the Pampered Chef will count toward the 5 members in order that you will need for the qualification. The second thing you're going to need is $5,000 in team sales. The $5,000 can be generated by you and the 5 team members, but like I mentioned, you're going to be working, so you're probably going to want to have at least $2,500 a month in your own sales to go toward that mortgage. Why is this important? In order to qualify for this, you need to make sure that you have a payment for it. The payment of $5,000 is so important that you will want to make sure it's a done deal by making the biggest contribution through your own sales. The third thing you will need to do to have your own home is to be active with a minimum of $150 in minimum sales in the month you are qualifying. So let's say, for an example, let's say that you have 5 people on your team in the month of March. Okay, so this is totally possible for any one of you. We're only, a week and a half into the month of March. All 5 have to submit $150 in sales to be active. As a team, you have to sell $5,000, and you personally need to sell a minimum of $750. There's a lot of numbers there, but what you really need to remember is a handful to be active, okay? 5,000 as a team, and then above 750. Once you meet these requirements, the Pamper Chef says to you, congratulations, you own your own home. Isn't that so exciting? You will move out of my house and into your own home on 1st, 2nd, or 3rd Street, okay? So Mindy's owning a home, and anyone that touches her directly would move into 1st Street. If you touch me or someone that touches her, like Debbie could be in this house, if you touch me, you get to move into 2nd Street. Say someone on Meridy's team decides to promote to director, she would be on 3rd Street. So we're going to have this wonderful neighborhood with 1st, 2nd, and 3rd Street.
We can add more streets.
We can add more streets.
Just saying.
We can add more streets for sure. But you get to own your own home. So currently, right now, we have 1 director on 1st Street. We need to fill up some of these houses. It's going to be kind of boring if there's only 1 neighborhood house. So the mortgage is $5,000 each month, and of that $5,000, you are responsible for the $750. I really want you to focus on paying at least half of that mortgage by yourself. At the point you own your own home, you've been given the title of director, and you are truly in the structure of leadership with the Pampered Chef. All right, so now the other thing that you need to do is to continue to invite other people into your house. Okay, sometimes friends will come play and they will say, that was fun, I'm gonna go back home now. They don't always stay and play forever. Sometimes people do, sometimes people like basically move in and they stay there forever. What you need to do is constantly keep inviting. So you will ask, what happens though if we don't hit our $5,000 and pay the mortgage? Just like in real life, you'll have a bit of a grace period. However, if you don't pay your mortgage for 3 months in a row, you are no longer a homeowner and have to move back into your other house with your other team members. As long as you continue to do your parties, I recommend 2 parties a week, no matter what, and you keep inviting others, and then you'll wind up keeping your own house. So you will see that we have 6 houses on 1st Street, and then it continues. And our goal, reason for having 6 houses, is to promote to an executive team. What does that mean, to promote to an executive team? Okay. There are 1,500 director teams in the Pampered Chef. That's actually not a lot. There's like,
I was shocked when I saw that.
I know. There's like tens of thousands of consultants, I'd say. Mm-hmm. So 1,500 of them, that's it, are directors. There's 450 advanced director teams in all of Pampered Chef. There's 100 senior director teams in all of Pampered Chef. There's 60, all of Pampered Chef, 60 executive teams, that's it. We would be part of an elite number of teams with this leadership title. While Mindy or I might have a title, it's actually a real honor to represent the entire team, because you can't just be an executive. It's a team thing, and that's why it's called an executive team. That is the biggest word in this thing. So, what are some of the perks that you will have as being a part of this team? First thing is, we will learn about the new products, promotions, and programs before anyone else does, and guess who gets to hear about them first? The executive team. You will have access to what's called the Bat Phone. It's actually a special concierge line just for the executive team. Wouldn't that be nice? Just call up our special number and not ever be on hold.
I can even just tell them your name.
Yeah. You will also get your answers faster than through the regular channels. You will get samples of sale incentives a month early, so you get to see them all before anyone else does. How fun is that? You'll become part of a very elite group who love to share great ideas and training, where we can take all this back to you. There are many benefits. One of my favorite benefits, I will tell you, Sandy is our exec, goes up a couple of generations there. And during national conference, she has, you know how, remember last year we were like, let's go find seats for 9 of us. You know, we were running around trying to, she has seats that are reserved for just the executive team. Wouldn't that be nice at conference? Our own seats just for us. So I absolutely love that. So there are a lot of benefits. But in order to do that, Mindy still needs 5 more first generation directors and 2 second generation. I need 6 more first generation directors and 2 second to me. Okay, so that would be on 3rd Street. So we have to fill these houses in order to get to the executive level. So here's what I know. Excited as you all might be about the team moving forward to this, some of you might say directorship is not for me. I'm just interested in doing this as a hobby. You do not have to say yes to home ownership if it's not for you. However, even if home ownership or directorship is not for you, I would ask that you still continue to share the business opportunity with others and make a difference in their life. Because in the long run, our goal is not to become an executive team. Our goal is to have every need met of every person that comes in contact with us through our business opportunity, our hosting program, or our products. And so as long as you keep that as your main goal, share the Pampered Chef so freely. And again, if you don't want to be a part of owning your own house, you just want to chill in my house, totally cool. Just want to chill in Minnie's house, totally cool. But you might find it's actually pretty rewarding to share it, so keep doing that either way. And what we're really going to ask of you, even if you're not going to go for home ownership, is that you cheer us on for those of us that are going for home ownership, because we really do need the encouragement, the team effort in order to make it, and every person has a different role to play in that. So for a minute, I just want you to think about geese. Have you ever seen geese flying in formation when they're all going in the same direction? Okay, they're all headed toward a specific goal. There's one leader out in front, and the leader is being cheered on or honked at by the geese behind. Do you ever hear them honking? They're cheering their leader on. And when the leader gets tired, another one flies in front to support the group leading forward. And that's what we're filled with right now. We're filled with people that are here, they're putting their effort in, they're putting their work in. That's called being a leader. That's called stepping it up a notch. And so you guys are already there, ready to get in front of this fee. Flying in that formation creates a draft to make it easier for every other goose to fly. Just like you cheering and excitement makes a difference for all of us. And as a team, to move forward and make a difference, we need to do that. When a goose is sick, 2 geese will fly down to be with it until it's ready to move on. And if you notice a team member who is struggling, please reach out and give support just like the geese do. Because as every one of you know, if you've been in this, if you're brand new to the Pampered Chef, you might not know this yet, but we'll tell you right now that there are going to be times where you're on a mountain with Pampered Chef and you're like, oh my gosh, I just had my biggest month ever and I had so much of this and so much, and then you're going to have other months where you're going to go, oh my gosh, my whole month just fell apart. Where did all my bookings go? What happened to that recruit that said she was going to sign? But we can give you support, because the key to this, and this is what I learned at that seminar, if I took a handful of things home, this was up there in like the top group of things I took home, was every person in this room, all these upper level executives and everything, they stuck it out. They've been with the company 10, 15, 25 years. And it wasn't because they've never hit a valley. It's not because they had a bad month or a super good month. They've had all of those, but they never gave up. They became super passionate and shared their passion and never gave up. So please honk and support each other as we journey forward. I know I've shared a lot of information with you tonight. I've shared what it takes to move up as a leader in the career plan. I've shared with you the qualifications, and I've asked for you to cheer us on no matter what your personal goals are. That's part of the reason we just did those. You guys have all set some personal goals, and we can now have a team goal as well. If you are interested in becoming a part of where this team is going, then what I'm going to ask you to do is take a sticky note at some point when this is over. Put your name on it and put it on a house if you are interested in home ownership, okay? If you already have a spot, everyone, I want you to take one of these, put your name on it, and we are going to put these all on the bottom. When this fills up, we're going to move you into a house. So what I want you to do is put your name on the bottom. If there's someone already on your team, then you can put their name in the fingers, okay? So there are 2 things that you could do up here. Even if you're not exactly sure how to get here yet, you don't have to know. You just have to want to do it. So we are all part of a very amazing team, and I want to thank you for that, and I want to say, let's do it! Who's ready?
Woohoo!